Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Today we've got the sound system demo of the 2023 Jaguar F Type coupe and its 12-speaker Meridian surround sound audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, controls, speaker locations. Then we're going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And I recommend listening with headphones so you can hear exactly what I hear in the driver's seat. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. The absolutely beautiful F-Type coupe here. We've spent a lot of time in the convertible on the DM Rally 2022, but this one is arguably the best looking and one of the sexiest cars on the market. And when it's paired up with this 5-liter supercharged V8, it is an excellent, excellent ride. So if you do want to see more on it, check the link in the description. I've been having a lot of fun with it here in the snow. We'll have all those videos up for you below. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults. So let's take a look at those now. Has the screen gotten darker? No, maybe not. It's not the highest fidelity screen. It's got an interesting film over it. It doesn't look too fantastic, but pretty easy to operate. It's a fairly common sense system with some controls down here and then sort of a main screen up top. And you can see it does respond really well. Go over here to settings, and then audio settings comes up. We can go there. We got adjustments for bass, treble, and subwoofer. Let's go through those. Next to that, you have front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance adjustment. Well, I don't know how far back you could send it. Well, actually, it does go back there pretty decently. And then right below here, you have a few different adjustments for the surround settings. You've got stereo, Meridian, Dolby Pro Logic 2X, and then Dolby DTS Neo 6. Now, someone who's a really big audio nerd, bigger than me, could probably tell you exactly how each of these works and break it up for how it's going to delineate each type of music that you're listening to and make it work around the system. What you effectively need to know is that these are 3 different ways of handling sort of a stereo mix, a 2-channel audio mix, sampled up into a 5.1 or 7.1 stereo mix. Or not stereo, surround mix. Meridian is a little bit of an older technology. It's going to be similar to Harman Kardon's kind of Logic 7, I think it was, surround. And then Dolby is going to use a little bit different processing, and DTS is going to be a little bit different as well. All you really need to know is click through them and see which one you like best. Certain songs are going to sound different in different ones, and it's going to take you so long to find your personal preference as to what's there. I do appreciate Jaguar and Meridian giving you so many different options, but at the end of the day, if you want the most true to recording sound from a stereo recording, you're going to just want to be in stereo mode here. But let's go through all of them so you can kind of hear some of the differences, and they are fairly dramatic. Gotta say, I'm not a big fan of Meridian, but I have been bouncing back and forth between stereo and then the 2 Dolby settings later on in there. And that's it for audio adjustments. For audio controls in the F-Type, you got a nice volume knob here. It's in good reach for both the driver and passenger. It's got nice clicks to it as well. And then you have volume on the left side of the wheel. For track selection, you've got the touchscreen here. You've got some wheel controls, and that is it. So no actual physical track selection. It's a bummer you can't toggle the volume knob back and forth or something to get that. So something to keep in mind. For audio inputs, you've got your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, USB-A ports. You've actually got 2 of them in there. and wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and that is it. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, no sort of streaming services built in that I can find. Maybe that's something they could add over an update, but not seeing them in there. No wireless CarPlay or Android Auto, so that's a bit of a disappointment. No USB Type-C, and no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack. Speaker locations. Now, like I said, this is the 12-speaker surround system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got a mid-range and woofer combo in there. 1, 2. They're not actually the same speaker. There's 2 different speakers in there, apparently. And then tweeter 3, 4, 5, mid-range and tweeter up there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Back there is 2 woofers and then 2 surround mid-ranges. All right, well, I'm going to get this stuff put away so that we can get out on the road. system, it's a mess. And I don't know if it's some sort of compression that Meridian and Jaguar are using in their songs, or if it's a lack of power, which I'm not inclined to think is the case. This thing has something over 700 watts of available power, and we got 2 subwoofers behind us. So I don't know why, whenever there's a heavier portion of music that comes in, the sound, the volume drops out. It's really strange, and we listen to these tracks time and time again, so I know what levels things are supposed to come in at. So when I hear things, bass hits not come in properly, I'm like, why, where, what's happening here? And it gets really bad when you listen to a lot of your own type of music throughout the week, and you expect something big and heavy to come in, and it's totally not there. It sounds like either a really weird like hard limiter for some sort of compression, or just when the system needs more power, it doesn't have it. And it's not the first Meridian system I've heard do that. A lot of the Kia Meridians have the same issue, so I don't know. And it's not really helped by any of the other sound modes. In fact, it seems the best on stereo. If you put it into Meridian or Dolby Pro Logic, it really gets bad. Let's see what happens on this next one when we turn the bass all the way up. So it's pretty loud right now. Okay, that's not too bad, but you hear the mid-range sounds are losing power now. Let's turn subwoofer and bass all the way up. Let's do bass first. And then subwoofer. See, that's not a lot. I'm getting no mirror shakeage. And the other elements of the music are fading out. You would not think that this is a system with 2 subwoofers sitting right behind the seat. Wrapping up my thoughts on the Meridian surround system here in the Jaguar F Type coupe, it really is a shame because there's so much awesome about this car, and the sound system really lets it down. It's not only the sound, but also the screen. While it's well laid out, there's a ton of lag in it, and any input takes a long time to load up various menus and screens. It doesn't feel like a very quality product. Not only that, but it's very matte, and the resolution's not very good on it. I don't know what's going on with the sound tuning with this Meridian system. If you listen to it static in a parking lot, some simpler type of music, high crispy sounds, it sounds really good. It's got good speaker placement, and the speakers themselves seem to be of good quality. But whenever you're moving and you crank up something more complex and you need that power and that kind of emphasis around you, it really, really falls on its face. And I don't understand why. They've got the subwoofers, they've got the door woofers, they've got a ton of speakers in this car. Why does it fall apart so much when you're listening to more dramatic music or just anything loud, really? So all of that is to say, I hate to do it, but this car is getting a C. It's really not that good. I mean, you're going to still have an okay time listening to your music, but when you're paying this sort of money and they're branding it as the premium system, they need to do better. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the F-Type, there's a lot to love about this car, so check the link in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.